Bless you, family. Peace and love. It's your minister, Mr. Sanders. Just wanted to say this. It was on my heart to put this out. A lot of times we talk about and we criticize what leaders are not doing and what we want certain leaders, specifically black leaders, to do. And my suggestion is, are you willing to support and get behind those leaders when it get real? Right? We love to say, well, why won't the leaders, certain black leaders, get out there and do this and do that? We want our leaders to be superheroes. But then when there's consequences for being a superhero, when there's consequences for standing up, when there's consequences for speaking out, the same very community that hyped you up and pumped you up, majority of them are nowhere to be found. They're MIA. So before we try to get leaders to be superheroes and jump on every issue and speak for every issue, ask yourself, what support and what cover, let's call it that, what cover are you willing to provide? You see the action movies and they say, all right, cover me, and they get to doing their thing and shooting, and the partner runs past. That is how it has to be metaphorically. What cover are you willing to provide for these leaders that's speaking out, that's standing up? Because there's real life consequences. Even with dealing with the sellout. The sellout could be prevented if we do a better job with covering and protecting and shielding our leaders. Back in the day, you saw Sammy Davis Jr., Aretha Franklin, celebrities financing King and the Civil Rights Movement, supporting King and not just him, even the Black Panther Party and other main groups. There were mainstream folks supporting, and there was people that was in the everyday regular folks supporting these individuals. But the issue is today, you don't see that. You see very little celebrities standing with leaders. And if they stand with them, it's because they're already nationally known. You rarely see celebrities standing with folks that don't have national platforms yet. And even with the community, you ask the average black community that is in the same city where they have leaders, do you support and finance them leaders on a regular basis? Answer's gonna be no. Do you come out to majority of their events? Answer's gonna be no. Have you joined their organizations? Most of the time, these groups got maybe 10 members, soaking wet, give or take. The answer's gonna be no. But then we be the main ones talking about, but the leaders and the leaders and the leaders and the leaders and the leaders. But again, what are you willing to do to make sure we don't have to have sellouts? Sellouts, people who we call sellouts, they sell out because their morals and principles have been compromised most of the time due to the fact they felt they didn't have a strong enough foundation. The people are the foundation. And I'm not making excuses for sellouts because we have to still be strong enough as leaders to know soul ain't for sale. But what I am seeing is the quote-unquote sellout and the folks who get a little prestige and a little money and they turn back on the same community to help them get there. That's because half the time the community wasn't behind them. Even with politicians, we don't vote for these we don't vote for certain black politicians. We don't knock doors. If we may vote for them, but we not gonna knock doors. We definitely not gonna phone bank. We definitely not gonna finance. And then when they get inside, we get a laundry list of demands. And then we get upset when they do not do what we want them to do. Again, did you provide cover? Did you make sure these leaders were straight? Brothers, did y'all provide this leader with security? Did y'all give him a GoFundMe to raise some money when they lost or when him or her lost their jobs? Are y'all making sure our leaders have jobs in nonprofit spaces so they have the opportunities to do things in the community? Are we doing that? No, we're not. But then we the main ones want to say, he sell out, he did this, he did that. But what did you do to support, to make sure that don't happen? What did you do? What did you do? Besides tear them down, besides hate on them, besides talk about them behind their back, besides get upset because they did one thing you don't like, and you never address it to them. But the whole city know you don't like them, but you never told them. Look, just like that coward culture, that cancel culture. But what are you doing? What about cover culture? That's the culture I want to see in the movement. That's the culture I want to see in the community. Where's that culture at? So I tell people, before you try to tell what leaders could do this, what are you doing as a follower? You want a great leader, but you're a bad follower. Followers are supportive. What are you doing? I digress. I encourage us all to think about those things and understand, family, that if you want leaders to be better leaders, you need to do a better job supporting. Provide your leaders with cover. Check on your leaders. Donate. It's not about money. It's not about making this a business, but it takes money to do the work. Share the flyers. Invite folks. And get 10 toes down. Be boots on the ground. Be a part of the solution and not the problem. God bless you.